Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And of course, there are a lot of news or headlines making news in Liberia this particular period that we in, and this week that is just ending now. This is a weekend, and today is Friday. So if you just, in case you didn't know, today is Friday, TGRF. We used to hear that word, say, thank God it's Friday, because after hard work, Friday comes, and then everybody thinks that the weekend is going to last forever, but it's very short. And somebody told me that weekends are like, they are made in China. They don't last. When you buy the Chinese made, newly happy, looking good. Well, after 1 day, 2 days, chakla. So that the weekend, when Friday comes, everybody's happy. Oh, it's weekend. But you go load that Saturday, and then Sunday, you go in back to reality. So let me say welcome to our guys here. Francis Mensah is in Stockholm, Sweden, and Paul the Lottery Play is in London, the United Kingdom, and I am in a small mountainous town somewhere way in the middle part of Norway, and my place is called Fagernes. The word ness is like a peninsula, so it's a Fagernes, so it's like some kind of thin peninsula. Of course, we got one little water shooting through the land here, and this water here, it starts from way up, it got to our town here, is big. Then when you go down, the whole water finish. You can see a big river, it go down somewhere, finish, you can't see it no more. Then when you go down, another water starts. So that's how it is. But I want to say welcome to you wherever you are and whatever you're doing. It's a beautiful Friday evening here for our side. And today is the 24th of April 2026, meaning that we got a couple of more days to go. And next Friday, when we are here, it will be the 1st of May. So remember that May 1, no work. Guys, welcome.
Yes, Linford, it's good to be back here. Thank God it's Friday, as you said, TGR, and they actually have a restaurant in this place. It's called Thank God It's Friday. I think it came from America, and people are making money out of that, where you go and relax and eat plenty chicken and drink beer and talk nonsense. Yeah, it's good to be back, and it's good to be among the living. I'm happy to be on the Bottomline this evening to share my thought with you guys. Yeah, it's good to see Francis. It's been a while, and you looking sharp, my dear brother. It's good to see you, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Give God the glory. We are doing what we're supposed to do. When duty calls, you have to answer. So, yeah, but it's good seeing you guys, and I hope we'll have a very interesting conversation this evening.
That's right.
Okay, thank you, guys. I think we are set, but before we go into our discussions, I just want to throw it out there. How are we feeling in the diaspora when we're supposed to be the barking dogs? Are we still going to be barking, or are we going to be silenced, or what's going on? Guys, before we even take our short musical break while we share the show, we just want to give a little teaser. Are we going to shut up, or are we going to continue to bark?
Well, from my end, I think, what happened is it's quite an interesting time to back. And I kind of agree with President Barker, because what happened, he have given people who didn't want to back the ammunition on the back. So that would be the thing. So the backing doors are now waking up to reality and will back more. So that's how I see it. I think on this side of the wall is where we practice freedom of speech. Although don't slap somebody, that's all. You can tell them. You can call your prime minister, Mr. Sturman. You don't have to say, Your Excellency, Dr. this Sturman. No, all that thing only in Africa that you have to call somebody, and when they get a little title behind there, if you don't call that title, they say, oh, you disrespect. But here, our Prime Minister, Sturman, he's the Prime Minister. Nobody call him Excellency. When he misbehaves, you tell him the truth. So on this side, the backing doors can say it the way they see it. So at least now we practice democracy in Liberia. So my President Boyka, he going to have a lot of backing doors on his case until comes 2029. So yeah, giving us the green light to back more. So welcome to the show, guys. It will be quite interesting tonight.
Thank you so much, Francis. You, I don't know. I don't want to say that part. I'll leave it for later on. But are you going to be part of the barking dog? Because you see, we are in the diaspora. So I'm looking at you as a diaspora.
Look, the thing is that we were telling at his age, despite our what you call it, affinity with the government, so. But I think the president statement called I think it was a parable, so to speak. I think so. But whatever it is, when there is need to to speak up, we speak up. So yeah, I was just on our statement on our point.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's optional. We can decide to speak or decide not to speak. But the only thing is, do not silence us. Yeah, leave it with us. Whether we want to speak, we want to continue barking, we bark. If we don't want to bark, that's it. But nobody should silence us. But on that note, guys, so we're going to take a quick musical break. And the reason why we're taking the musical break is to allow you, those of you joining us, to be able to share the show, and even ourselves to share the show. All you need to do, just share it on any platform that you are a member of. And then if you got personal friends in your impact, you can share it with them as well. And when we come back, when we start the actual discussions, we see people on the board, but we can see you, we can see your name or whatever. So you just leave a comment, say, hi, I'm watching from here, or my name is this or that. Whatever you want to say, we don't want to dictate to you. And then we'll be able to recognize you on the show, and that's what we do. Thank you, and thanks for joining us this beautiful evening.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you. That's why we both tell you. But you screw us. You screw us. You use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people no want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock for
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Okay, welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions. And the invitation that you just heard, like Tuesday and Friday, we are going to increase the number of times that the Bottomline will be coming to you, but with different program titles. The platform is the Bottomline Liberia discussions that we are on now. This is the official platform, but on this platform, we're going to have other programs being aired, but stay on the Bottomline Liberia. And one is already going ahead, and that one is called Conversation with the Lord Chirople. And then coming up soon will be Your Story. The title is Your Story, where people will come here to tell us their story. There's a lot of people who got a lot of stories, interesting ones to talk, but they don't have the opportunity. So the Bottomline Liberia discussions is going to give people the opportunity to come and tell us their stories. You'll hear more about that later on during the course of the program. But guys, let me say welcome to you. And for those of you joining us, let's say welcome. If you're joining us from Liberia, please help us to share the show. And Joanne, Trukon, Charlie, also Mohammed Formula Jr., you were here last week. And we thank you for coming again. Please share the show. Paul, the Lord Chirople is in London. Francis Mensah is in Sweden. And I am here in Norway. So guys, tonight, we are faced with the situation in Liberia where there has been a lot of things happening, but then it makes it difficult to even know where to start from, because Liberia is like a book with millions of pages, right? But each page is interesting. So you say, no, I'll jump over page 1 today to go to page 2 because the book here, it's too big. So I want to finish it. By the time page 3, you want to go back to page 1, So, guys, I don't know where we're going to start from, but let me start this way. Recently, the president spoke, and I don't know why the president decided to speak at that time, and then I don't know what prompted his statement that he made. That he actually made a parable. A lot of people calling it parable. Some people are saying he spoke. He used metaphors. He used idiomatic expressions, but whatever it is, the highlight of it is that the president did say that if you are on your way, going somewhere, you're on a journey, and then a group of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw stones at each of those dogs, you will not reach to where you're going, your destination, because you waste, in other words, what you're trying to say is you waste all the time trying to drive those dogs away before you can even go. And then that was an apparent reference to people that live in the diaspora, where he mentioned that those people do not live here. We are the ones that live. And so if you don't live in Liberia on the ground at the moment, where are you? You are out of Liberia, you are in the diaspora. You can be in Sierra Leone, and anywhere in Africa, anywhere in Europe, anywhere in Australia, anywhere. So that particular statement was referenced to people that live in the diaspora. But the question is, what really prompted the president to say this? Is the president noticing that the people in the diaspora are talking much? So, guys, let's start with this first mind-boggling question: why would the president come out and attack certain group of his citizens, no matter where they live? Or let me start with you, Paul.
Oh, Ninfa, I wish I was in the president mind. Let me, first of all, I want to say welcome to our viewers for joining us tonight. It'll be interesting to be here that will have a very interesting discussion. Therefore, I wish I was in the president mind. I think because the president spoke all of anger, so something might have trickled in. Why is he angry with the people in the diaspora? Why are the people in the diaspora talking too much? But then, if you look at it, people in the diaspora have all right to talk because why? They contribute to the Liberian economy, wherever we trace it. So if you're sending money every now and then you find out that things not going the way it's supposed to go, you definitely have a say. And so why the president getting so angry with people in the diaspora, that is a $1 million question. If he's doing the work of the people, he should not be angry. So I think something trickled that. The people talk too much. So that means diaspora Liberia criticizing his government. That's what, to me, may have uh, brought out that statement, because why are they talking? They're just supposed to keep quiet. They don't live here. But what live in Liberia, we contribute to Liberia. We get businesses in Liberia. We got properties in Liberia. We also pay taxes in Liberia. So we have all right to talk. So I don't know what got in the president here to say that is the $1 million question that he need to answer to Liberians in the diaspora. That's what I would say.
Thank you. And I think I was very disingenuous to even ask you that question because you weren't the one that made a statement. But now, I will not asking that question for you to give me any perfect answer. We just brainstorming because even myself, I've been thinking about this. First, when the statement was made, I was mad. But then I started to ask myself, is there anything that somebody in the diaspora did that actually got to this is our president, right? But Francis, let me come to you. I wouldn't call you supporter of the Unity Party, but you are sympathizer because you are not in Liberia on the ground to be giving your moral, financial, or whatever support. You may have done it, but we can't hold you responsible. Everybody has a choice. But let me ask you: at this time, our president is coming out to make a statement, a sweeping statement, and this statement he did not even exclude. He did not point out. He didn't say some. He just said people don't live here. So it could be those of you who even live in the diaspora and support him. Everybody was included. So I don't know why you think may have led the president to say the kind of thing, because he and nobody in the diaspora, at least to my recent knowledge, have made an effort. So why you think led the president to say such thing?
But look, is a common thing with our Liberian leaders who feel apprehensive of the diaspora all the times. Diaspora has been, the diaspora group has been the loudest voice. They're the one who see through the crevices, who see through the cracks, who can sift out the sand and see the good and the bad and the pretenses from the real issue, and the missteps. So I think at that junction, I think the president himself has gotten some reaction or some probably in his mind. He feels that the diaspora, collectively, has been very vocal as along, about some of the missteps the government is actually, doing. I mean, we have a laundry list of missteps, so people see you thought you're tired. So the president will, if people say we criticize and we join the bear, we're going to criticize the government when it does wrong, and they continue to do they continue to do wrong as we speak.
Thank you so much, and let me welcome somebody else here on my platform, on my side of the platform, or my niece is watching, and I want to say welcome to you, Miss Gwen. But let me just give my own thought about it. And I would think that the government is not doing the right thing. I want to say it's not doing anything. They're doing something, but it may not be the right thing all along. They might be falling somewhere short, and the people in the diaspora may be thinking or saying things about it, writing welcome, and then that may make a president to feel a little bit uneasy, like Francis said, become a little bit jittery, and then feel that, oh, listen, these people are talking too much. But if we tend to listen to them, we'll be wasting the time. So let's just do. And he said, we just do what we have to do. Whether they're doing the right thing or not, but they will ignore us. And I feel that this particular statement sets a very bad precedence for the people in Liberia, right? Especially people in government. One minister may not be even going to work, for months, and the guy will be taking his pay. Nobody can talk to him. He say, oh, but the president said, well, yeah, do what we have to do. You see, because as leader, what you say, every word from your mouth, every action that you perform has weight. And so this kind of statement for the president to make it, I mean, he's an older man than me, than all of us here, and we expect that he should be that role model that everybody can follow. But for him to make a statement like that, and I see the pathetic thing about it is that most of the Unity Party people, in fact, almost all of them that I have come across on social media, they are defending this thing. So I asked one guy, can you just paraphrase that particular statement some kind of way and tell it to the president, direct it at him, and see whether you love it, he will call you for a party. Just repeat the same thing to him. So you say they think that bad, So anybody can make mistake. So if the president misspoke, I think it's come back and say, well, I mean, I didn't mean what you guys are thinking, but I was just trying to say this. And one thing I will give Dapana Gange Taylor credit for, he said, I'm never too big to say I'm sorry. So I'm never too big to say I'm sorry. So I think the president should be able to think. No, he may not have meant harm, but again, if your citizens are complaining, come back and say, no, listen, you guys are saying this, I didn't mean it this way. This is so. But then let me ask a question. What are some of the reasons why you think dogs will get back up? We all live in communities in Liberia, and this is normal for dogs to bark. What are some of the reasons why you think dogs will bark? Let me start with Francis, because Francis will play basketball, so now you come from practice in leading in there, passing between some kind of place, and then the dog are quite responsible, man.
No, but there are several reasons why dogs, tend to bark, behind people. One, it could be a stranger. God knows, dog has a strong sense of smelling.
Mm-hmm.
So it knows, it smells its owner. It smells stranger, and it smells would-be intruders. So, but that's the natural instinct of dogs. But let's go to the superficial instinct of dogs. Probably maybe smelling with, you're doing something, you want to smell with poo-poo on you, then the dog be barking. So, or you may be doing something wrong. So that's one of the reasons why, I know, among other reasons why dog would bark or behind people. So, so yeah, just to answer your question. I don't want to say the person knows many ways. I think so. I don't know.
No, not that. But you see, you're speaking in parable to idiomatic expression, not a physical pig now, but something like that. But for you typically down the whole boy when you also come from capital Baba, we probably live on the mirror. When you're going down, all the door there, whoop, in that darkness.
Yeah, living down the hole there were quite interesting though, because I grew up among Lalo, Lofien and Loma Gisi. So you name it. Oh, we had a particular old man in a place that made his soul rest in peace. Pemo, he used to eat dog. So what happened is when the dogs in the area see Pemo to be barking, that this guy he always after us. So there might be a reason why the dog bark. If you in the community, you see the dog in the community and you smack the dog, every time that dog see you, it will bark because you want the person that keeps smacking it, right? So as Francis said, really, dog sense things. They sense danger. When they see danger, they will bark. So there's so many reasons why dog bark, and they're very protected as well. When they're protecting you and they found out that they will see people among the crowd, but the dog will pick a particular person that dog think that person not a good person, you start barking at that person. So dog have the thing. So it could be the reason why that dogs bark. It might be a reason. Dog don't get bark like that. They see ghosts. With people who believe in ghosts, a dog can see ghosts and bark. So there might be so many reasons behind why dog barking. So that's how I see it.
Thank you so much. And I will give my own experience. Just before that was 1998. Just before I came here, I have had this interview experience. Or schedule with one, I think, a deputy minister from one of those ministries, and I needed money so much. When you do a interview, they may not pay your way at least. So I started asking for this guy, and then they told me where he lived. No, right to Pinsville, Joburg, right opposite Pinsville, Joburg, and then the other road going down to the town hall way there, in the park. The guy was living right there. And somebody showed me the guy house. So I took bus or whatever, I got there. The guy was living on a fence. My house was small, low fence. So I walk in there, and guess what? There were more than 8 dogs. And this dog, the most aggressive one, had babies. So it was in the morning, around like 9 to 10 like that. So I go, I get all the little fence door there, and I walk. And all the dogs laying there looking at me. No, one of them stood up, but not back. I walked, I went, then I knocked the door. So one little girl came outside. Then I said, "Is your pa here?" She said, "Yeah." Then the man heard, the man said, "Who's that?" You know why I was surprised? Because those dogs, they are very aggressive, very bad dogs. So the woman asked me, "My friend, how you manage to come here?" I said, "I just walk." She said, "You just walk here?" I said, "Yeah." Then she said, She said, you know that the dog they will tear you apart? They are dangerous dogs, you see. So I said, "But not next to door." She said, "Okay, stand up." She said, "Do not move." Once you hear, I was standing on the banister, standing talking, Paul, the player, my legs streaming because I saw the dog apart, but then they were all lying out outside. The mother dog look at me, but I passed. So when the mother told me this thing, I was scared. And you know what she told me? She said, "Okay, you know what? The fence are low fence." She said, "You just pass through the house and pass on the other side where they're not looking at you, and you go." Oh, Paul, I even talked to the man. I talked to the man. The man inside, I talked to him. I said, I don't know what I felt. I started running. I said, I was trembling. I started sweating that morning. What if those dogs had just torn me apart? So I was just blessed. Okay. And another instance is I was in Habel. I used to raise dogs when we had a radio station. Our dog knew a frequency. We just named me after a radio station. That dog, Paul, we were living Habel. When that dog, when the doodoo ball takes off from our feet, from Moria Town. By the time that doodoo ball take off, the dogs can start barking. So we'll know. Then we used to run somewhere we call Cambodia, somewhere way down the valley. By the time the dog take off, I know how that dog can know. They start barking. By the time they start barking, we'll run. And in the next few minutes, the doodoo ball be here. So dogs, like Francis said, dogs have very special instincts. And so we use this dog as our guide. But I'm going to play a video. And this video will relate to all of what we have said here. Dogs do not really bark just because they want to bark. And somebody said they can see spirit. They can see things that we don't see. Imagine dogs can see midnight. They can see clearly. So let me play this video. And we'll see some of the reasons why dog bark. I mean, this could just be, we just depicting something, okay? Let me see. It's a very short video. I don't know whether you guys saw it on the screen because you know the screen is small. But this guy looks like, I don't know whether it's Liberia, I don't know. There's a web picker with some writing, but I can't see the writing clearly. And besides that, I don't know whether it's Liberia, but it's a typical Liberian setting where this guy had this LEC belt on his waist and he climbing a pole. So I know he was coming down or climbing, but he's halfway and the dogs are trying to get him. There were 3 or 4 dogs jumping, trying to get this guy. So you see, this guy might be current theft. I mean, thief. He might be stealing current or something. And these dogs are not happy. See, and the dogs say, well, we haven't seen a kind of man here claiming our lepo. So, so dogs are very strong. So these are some of the things that dog can, I mean, people can do and dog can back at them. So we want the president to know that if everything is going straight, the diaspora dogs will not bark. So all of what we said, that's the conclusion. I don't know what you guys got to say about the video, and then we can transition to the next thing.
Yeah, nothing much from my end, but I would just like to add, dogs bark when they see things going wrong.
Mhm.
Dogs are not they don't just jump up and they start barking, and everything is normal, everything is quiet, and there's no alarm. So that's one of the main reasons why dogs bark, because things are not normal. It sense danger, and we the dogs want to ensure that we get on the right trajectory. We are sensing danger, and the reason why we're barking, and things are not normal. Let me give a shout out to Raheem.
Yeah.
Ishmael Habib Rahim,
Yeah,
the prophet.
now man, like Rahim is always a regular boy on the show.
I hope to see him in July in Antwerp, Belgium. The guy from Germany.
Yeah,
He's our lifetime MC, one of the greatest MCs of all time.
yeah, you made an MC at one point. You made a pastor. So Rahim, we'll see you again. We'll see you in July, like Francis said. But Paul,
Mhm.
this dog issue here, you saw the video here. What does it bring to your mind? I'm sure something will come to your mind.
Well, the thing is, I see power theft, and the dogs got angry because this guy gonna cause trouble in the community, because when it's power theft, few person will enjoy the current, the other people that pay for it, they won't enjoy it. So the dog got angry that because of you, we may not enjoy electricity. So the dog was backing. Yeah, but to conclude on this, I think the diaspora community is just, for many years, they are not happy with our leaders. And I think that's why we'll be heading to the next topic, that we get 103 lawmakers that hijacked the country for some reason. And then when we travel to neighboring country, we come back, we get so downhearted with what is happening in Liberia. So definitely, the diaspora will say something, they will back. So that is the situation. And I know we might be touching on the lawmakers, because group of people that hijack the country for something we call wasteful spending, that the nation could have benefited from their wasteful spending. It's just in the hands of one group of people. So definitely diaspora will back. They will back at those things until we have something good going. Then we're all satisfied. Say, look, I mean, in the UK here, bother with Ghanaians. When they talk about Ghana, you want to buy a ticket to go Ghana, but when it comes to Liberia, why can't we be like the other people? That's why we back. It's not that we back because we don't like what they're doing. They're doing some good thing, but if you do the right thing, people will not back. So that's just want to conclude on that. I think the president must do the right thing, then you not have people like us to contend with the back at him. Linford?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Yep. Thank you so much, guys. About we want to welcome Philip Kade or Kade on the show this evening. Philip, please help us to share the show. Also, guys, and Paul, you struck something. You talk about our lawmakers, one group of people who make a law for us, then they turn around, they make the law for themselves, the law supposed to be for all of us, but they get separate law for themselves, even though they are Liberian citizens as well. And we elect them, but when they go up there, they made their own law that benefits them. The one they made for us that will prosecute us. We ain't get no rally then. That the guys can determine their own pay. They determine what to do outside of the constitution. So the three of us are lawmakers. We can decide, we say today by our law, according to our law, will be France here. It'll not be easy. Our constitution can't stop them. But if I, the ordinary person, say, oh, I pity my son, they can grab me. So this group of people have been the ones, people, a lot of people say they are the problem. But I don't know how true is that. So recently, there have been a lot of ups and downs, especially last year up to this year in the House of Representatives, especially not in the Senate, but in the House. They have to change what you call the speaker. Then they are now expelling somebody. And every time some kind of money is taken a budget, something will happen. Sometimes some people will not sign, some people will sign. So there is this recess that went on, and the president called him back. The executive called him back. I don't want to say the president, but the executive branch called him back from recess. And we know whenever they are on recess and called back, they will get extra pay. So there were a few reasons why they called him back. Number one, they got to discuss or approve the supplementary, what they call the supplementary budget, what the government is calling the supplementary budget. And then they also got to discuss or have hearing with the finance minister and the central bank governor on the printing, the proposed printing of new money, new currency. And then the third reason they gave is other important matters, which we don't know. But some political spectators are saying the only third important matter that could be is the expulsion of Yeke Kolua. So those are a few of the things that they are coming back from recess for. But there is this leaked video. I want us to play the leaked video first, and then we can give our own thoughts. There is this leaked video from Bomi County representative, I think district number 3 in Bomi County. I don't know, I forgot his name, Sam somebody. And he was, according to him, in their chat room, he was making the statement in their chat room, and then the statement surfaced. But he is actually saying, in essence, that the supplementary budget has not been passed. Most of the lawmakers are waiting for their money. I don't know which money, whether they are paid to pass the budget or what, or their salary. So he said they are waiting for that money. He made a statement sometime this week that is ending today or tomorrow. So he said by Friday, which means today, or over the weekend, some of them will be getting that money. And when all of them get that money, then one guy will just go sit down somewhere and put everybody on that paper and say the budget has passed. So let's listen to him and hear from his own mouth. Then from there we can see what he was saying, and we can discuss that.
The House have passed the supplementary at 53 million. I can confirm that I'm a lawmaker and a city. That's where common sense, wisdom, and knowledge must be applied. For instance, today what? And we're closing today, and most of you following the social media, right? According to law, session should start at 10 o'clock. When we started 7:45. And I've seen people all on Facebook say the House have passed the supplementary at 53 million. I can confirm that I'm a lawmaker, and I've seen in the chat room because all of you are supposed to have part of my district, so I don't have some things. Nothing was passed. You know what was done? We only say we said it that because the guys are arguing majority say they want their money before they can sign it. So you will find out that the news is coming about the actual thing is not true. That document is sitting down, no signature. With the hope that when our payment come back next week or during the weekend, which is Friday or Saturday, then before one person will just sit somewhere and sign for everybody, then it announce that the budget has been passed, supplementary budget has been passed. So yeah, my final word.
Yeah, guys. So we heard this. This is a lawmaker. He said, "I am a lawmaker," quoting him. Okay, and I am confirming that the $53 million budget has not passed. Okay, until the other guys who have not gotten that money can get it. And he made reference to Friday. So I surmise that it is this Friday, which is today. And then one guy will go sit down somewhere and get. So this is the normal procedure. This is what they do in most cases. That's why I said this guy made their own law. But let's start with Paul. Paul, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Why wouldn't dogs bark? Why wouldn't dogs bark when these kind of things are happening?
Therefore, you know, Liberia's situation is just hard to talk. So the fact is, I will start with the calling of the lawmakers back. These people are only due back in 2 weeks. And then for matter of importance, printing of money and supplementary budget. Now, when they call the lawmakers, the 103 of them, they actually get money for that sitting. And that huge money they get for coming back. So maybe it's what the lawmakers is referring to, that the reason why they call them, they have not getting their package. And that could be the same thing I'll tell you about. 103 people hijacked the country. Maybe that's why he's trying to tell us now, this is what we're called from our break, and we need to get the money, and we're not receiving that money. So because I don't have my share, I will cause noise. I don't really know this lawmaker, but if he's a genuine lawmaker, so that's what they've been doing. It's all about their pocket. It's not about the country. So the matter of urgency that they came to do, I thought that was something important for the country. But is that money first before you do the work that you are elected for? See what we're going live for? They were elected to do a work. And the president called them for matter of importance that will benefit the country. But they're telling us now, oh yeah, although you call, but we're supposed to get money. But remember, these are the same lawmakers that make their own, they add their own salary out. So they get 10,000, 7,000, wherever thousand. They get vehicle, they get mobile phone, they get gas, slip, car, maintenance, everything free. These are the very lawmaker, but every little thing that will money, when it comes to money, they will take advantage. So it could be the case. They hijack the country. That would be my say on this.
Just before I go to Francis, let me welcome my brother, Umi Marshall. Welcome. Please help us to share the show. Also Bataki. Ahmed Bataki, welcome. But Francis, just before I come to you, this lawmaker, I think he's from Bomi County. His name is Samuel something. I just forgot his last name. And I think from District Number 3. And he has been very, very cantankerous the past few days. He was this same lawmaker who said that his name was forged on the list to remove Yeke Koluba. He said he was coming, in fact, he was informing when that thing happened. So he told journalists that I'm going to town. My name appeared on that paper. I don't know who put it there. So he's been vocal. He's been very cantankerous. Like I said, he's been very outspoken a few times. But let's see where his case will end, because when you begin to tread that line where you try to speak and be vocal, you know what can happen to you in the house there. So, but Francis, you listen to this lawmaker. This is one of our lawmakers for one of our counties, and you just heard what he said.
Look, first of all, I don't know the veracity of the tape that is being played, but the thing is that the laws maker, they make a lot of money. They milk the cow, Liberia. They whip this lady called Liberia all the time. for calling them back as an additional 10 to 15,000, between $5 to $15,000 each, tax free. So I don't know what is so pressing about the printing of $17 billion to infuse in the economy and the supplementary budget just to hire their own UP, partisans and sympathizers. It's all about paying these people while they remove legitimate people who have been working. I mean, they flagrant disregard the civil service law in Liberia so far as we speak, and people are just removed. So these are some of the reasons why they are calling for these laws maker to come back to approve their supplementary budget. So I don't know the reason why. So the lawmakers, these people are just something else. I don't know what, just to be politically correct, they milk the country. They ripped us all the time. And they get all the money, all that thing you hear about and say they're reducing the salary. They reduce the salary. They guys let me let you guys know now. And these guys can come and tell us, say, look, y'all don't pay us. We don't get paid. We go to work free.
They will still get richer.
They'll still get richer. These are the kind of strategies they use. Because reduce the salary, but we still pay for the cook. Who in the world? Where you work? Where you live? You pay for your cook. You pay for your hospital. You give you break to go to for girlfriend. Who does that? Which serious country in the world? So look, and then again, before I turn over to you guys, here's the thing. Now they are all judgery. They call the election, so they're trying to create constituencies in their own, villages and towns, so they should not be booted out. They're calling for more seats, So you see how crafty these people are, and if the people of Liberia sit down there and allow these things to happen, we are in a mess for a long, long time.
Well, in any case, we still have to have lawmakers. So you see, the trick.
Look, let me just stop you there, right there. Yeah, the 1970s and 80s, we had lawmakers. There were not 2 million in the house that we have. These were still going all right. The bar camera kind of thing. We are adopting everything from America. It's about time now we do things our way. That is a reflective of our society, of our current position. We can't find everything the American do back home.
Well,
we can't do that. It's unfair to the country and unfair to
but in fact, even when you say we can't do everything that the Americans do back home, I'll say disagree with you, because Americans don't do this what we do here. Where I have never seen a lawmaker that got people giving him money in America. And that's
what I'm saying in terms of
the copy system.
The copy system. Yeah. Right now in Virginia, they are redistributing the district. If you are the Democrats, because the Republican did it in Texas. So creating more rooms for to get more people more representatives to come in and vote. So that's what I'm saying. So that was fueling giving them the energy that what is actually giving them the incentivizing them to do what they're doing. They're calling for more legislators in the House.
Okay, let me throw this bit out.
Friends, before you come in, before you throw your bone share, Our
Not
law,
bullshit.
because you want to throw the big thing. Our lawmakers in Liberia, have you ever heard they have a town hall meeting to explain to their people what they're doing in the house for them?
No. Let me
No.
answer a question directly because I think this is a yes or no question. No, I have not heard.
Okay.
Oh,
The
but it didn't.
reason why I'm bringing this up,
Mhm.
the system they copy, those lawmaker, they have the thing they call surgery every, like in the UK, for example, every Thursday, they meet with their constituent to people meet them, engage them that, oh, maybe we don't have some school or something went bad. We want you to talk for. So they go in there because they are listening to their people. So they go into parliament and talk for what the people want. But in our case in Liberia, the lawmakers, they in a higher car, they do not come to meet their people to engage them what they went in the house for. What have they done? What have they achieved on behalf of their people? They don't do it. So,
Okay.
but these are the guys that keep every now and then they keep getting huge money. When they do a budget, that budget that's supposed to last, then you find out the year will end, the government will say there will be a supplementary budget. Then they add something there again for themselves. So what kind of system that will copy so much and only benefit one group of people? Then you find out the police, the military, the nurses, the pure civil servant, they're on chicken change. And this guy getting all the thing, and they only work 2 days. They don't meet their constituents. So how come they getting their huge money? You call them back for sitting for national issue, they get another huge money. For what?
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Go
And
on.
you asked me a question whether I've ever heard any of these lawmakers going to explain to their people what they are doing for them in the house, and I said no. Okay, I'll ask you my another question too, Paul. Then I will ask when you answer my question, then I will make a comment. My question to you is, who do you blame? The constituents or the people? I mean the lawmakers, the people who elected them. You blame them or you blame the lawmaker?
Well, I'll say both.
Okay.
Because the people who elected them, some of them now know the reason why they elected them. And the
Okay.
people who go in the house, they're supposed to know better because they're gone there with the mindset to help their people.
Okay,
So
thank you
it's
for answering
both.
my question. But let me contrast with you a little bit. We usually blame the lawmakers, yeah, and rightly so, because they are the torch bearers. But let me tell you one thing: these Joe Blows will not be lawmakers if we don't elect them. And when we
Gotcha.
elect, and when in your statement you made reference to the UK where the lawmakers will meet their people like every Thursday and whatever, because the people are demanding their lawmakers to come and meet with them and tell them what they are doing for them. These people, we elect them. If we don't elect them, we will not have jobs. I mean, look at the rest of them that are in the CDC government. When people did not elect them, where are they now? They are jobless. They're trying to come back. They are jobless. So the moment we say we're not electing these Joe Blows, you'll see they will all be broke. They will not have jobs. So when we elect them, we're supposed to hold their feet. But you elect the people, and simply because the way the election goes in Liberia, right, where they come, they boss all of you to one particular area to go vote. They give you some kind of t-shirt. Some of them they can't breathe in the t-shirt, holding their tele hair. Then they give you $5. So now they give you anything that can one cup of rice, then you go vote. So it's a contract. The moment you finish voting, when the people win, they finish with you. If they need you the next time, the next electoral process, they will come to you again. So this is how our politicians have studied these people, and they know them very well. So, it should be two ways. That's why I asked you the question, who do you blame, the voters or the people who are elected? You see, because, hey man, Paul, you working, I'm working. You work in the private sector, I work in the private sector. Even if you're working I work for the government. Even if you're working in the private sector, your bosses, will hold you responsible for what you're supposed to do. If you go late, you will answer question. If you don't finish your assignment, you will answer question. If you are always lackadaisical, if you you go to work, you sit and you sleep on the desk, they will ask you. I mean, so if your boss can do that to you, you'll be able to respond in time to the duty of call. But our lawmakers, nobody forcing it. And next election, they'll go and get bigger right to those people, and you'll see the same people falling in line. So for me, I don't blame the lawmaker. I blame the people who elected them. Simple as that. So this is where I differ with you on that point. So if anything else that you guys want to talk about, you can bring it on the floor and then we can discuss it.
Look, I think what I've claimed, claimed my attention over the period of time is that there has been this tendency of the government now to just go into government ministries and agencies and just start to remove people, from the jobs. I thought that was been a distant past, because this we think, you finding calls to sack them, and they're all Liberians. I mean, there are so many people now, from the Ministry of State and the various ministries. I mean, the
Central Bank governor.
Yeah, they found reasons to relieve the people of their jobs because they want to accommodate the partisans. I mean, why would you do that? Why would a government who came to rescue the people or make people I don't know. What's the opposite of rescue? I can't find it.
The opposite of rescue maybe that to endanger.
Exactly. Why would you endanger the people?
But I think Paul will take a shot at this. But let me kick it quick this way. You ask, why would the government want to do that? Simple, brother. The vote, I mean, the election that we have in Liberia is majority. Majority will win. So if I win, my people that voted for me, I will look at them first because I'm looking at the next election. And beside that, the people who are there in those government jobs from different parties, automatically they didn't vote for me. So if they still want to work, then they got to.
How do you know? People are 7-7, they are professional people. How do you know they did not vote for you? These people are 7-7. They have the right. It's a constitutional right. There's an inherent right to be employed as equally as your partisan who you claim, who you said voted for you. I mean, you cannot do that. These people should be.
Well, you make it difficult for me, so I'll let Paul tell me.
but Linford and Francis, there's something in Liberia when we're doing ROTC in school. They used to teach everything dress by dress. Yeah. So, because government job in Liberia is the only place of survival, there are not many private sectors around. So, this is the reason why they have to bring their own people in, and that's the reason behind it. So until we have a lot of private sector jobs, these things won't happen. But you see, in recent times, Eugene Fagon spoke on this because I know his own job on the line. He will call and say, this is wrong. That because this person were going around thinking muya, and he does not have jobs, so they will get rid of the other people to put him there. It's just wrong. And the thing is, those 7-7 been there for years. The experience, you getting rid of a group of people that have vast experience. For somebody who have nothing but just because they sound muya and bringing them in the picture. It's wrong.
And then they expect that the government will play magic overnight and things will be all right. See, because everything you do, it got effect. Let me tell you, if you even if you eat over plus, you get sour belly. If you're hungry again, you feel weak and you feel bad. So everything you do too much is bad. You go around removing people. First started with tenure position people, then you begin to go after civil servants. Those are people who went through, some degree of testing, and they were qualified to do the jobs. And by virtue of that status, you don't just remove them like that. But again, government is government. Government got power, and the government, according to the president, will not waste time listening to people who are outside of government. Because when you are in government, in that brother, you own the country now. So they got everything. So they say, well, we should not listen to the rest of the people. Let's just go ahead and do what we have to do, because when we start to listen to them, we'll not do what we want to do. And those are small things. Because if anybody will advise the government, look, listen, you can't get rid of these people. They say, oh no, you barking dog, get out of here. We're not thinking about you. Okay, we'll do what we want to do. But again, the Newton law, every action has equal reaction, and we'll see from the next election whether these same people will go again and vote. Then, of course, and we're talking about Liberia, right? We're talking about Liberia and Liberians here. So it's very difficult for these people, for somebody to lay their neck down for them. Why are you talking on their behalf? I mean, go on the internet. People talking all kinds of things. When you try to talk good, they get mad. So they don't know better. And like you said, or like one of you said, people don't know better. If they know better, by this time things will be better in Liberia. But if you don't know better, how you live better? You gotta know better.
We practice so-called democracy, and in so-called democracy in Liberia, people don't understand what democracy is all about.
Going to the poll with many candidates.
The fact is, the person who's going to represent you, that person, you're going to vote on that person based on why you will benefit your interest. But our people don't understand that. They just gather people together, give them t-shirt, and then they go and vote for them. So when a lawmaker sit in his car and put tinted winch, that means he lawmaker for 6 years, he just steal from the people. Whether he goes back, they don't care, because they don't know.
The contract is over. The contract is over.
The moment they put you in office, you're done with them. But I want to share something. You asked a question. What are the rescue thing? This young man called 1212. He was on Spoon Network a month ago, and he laid out between the two parties that have been rooting for Liberia for the past 20 years now. He laid out something that's quite interesting. I just want to play it so we can listen. What a difference since the two people have been living. Let me roll this thing.
What is the difference between the United Party and the CDC? A couple of tangible. Under the CDC, we are in entire budget cycle. We can boast about 3 newly constructed hospitals. The United Party now spending $100 billion this year. In fact, the original plan for the United Party, which is a rest agenda, refused to mention that they will even build a single hospital because they can't compete with what CDC did, and that's the truth. The second aspect is the very original plan that the United Party is working on. The IMF just, disgraced the entire plan. They said that the plan is financially unsustainable. So for the next few years to come, we expect absolutely nothing from the United Party. So in terms of comparative infrastructure or impact between the United Party and CDC score far than the United Party. Then we come to governance. Is the United Party any better than CDC in governance? And that's a fair kind of conversation. Every time we criticize the United Party and pinpoint that error, we'll tell you CDC did the same. So in governance, we got multiple reports that still say the same repetition. The recent United States Department report, it highlighted the United Party gross incompetence of human rights violation, police brutality at the highest level, and in fact, corruption massively highlighted in the U.S. State Department report. Even today, partisan rhetoric, the press secretary to President Bouaka was highlighted in that report, specifically that journalists are concerned that they don't have a right to free press and freedom. Anything changed about United Party and governance? No. Even the Millennium Compact report highlighted governance failure on the United Party. We spoke a lot about the Millennium Compact report. Then we come back to the fact that we'll talk about the failures in the United Unity Party campaign on that will give them the opportunity. One critical aspect is the harmonization policy. Today, in 3 budget cycles, the Unity Party failed to resolve the harmonization policy. Then we come to transparency in governance. In 4 years today, we are arguing that President Boga is building $10 billion house in 4 years. They try every way to make it look like Mano Rural Union project. We still don't have no clue on that project today as we speak. Is the Unity Party any better than CC? Despite the fact we were in terms of infrastructure, we score far better than them. No, they are not in any way better. Even in innovation and government policy and progressive impact, there's absolutely nothing. The third aspect that's also very important today is the unification and reconciliation. CDC score far beyond that. President Weah is demonstrated as a patriotic statement. He delivered one of the lowest ever electoral outcomes and said, no, nobody will lose bloodshed because of me. But that's not the first time. He did it before during the civil conflict. He worked in purpose to provide Liberian the opportunity to use his status to bring UNICEF to the country, support the Liberian soccer team to fly our flag while we're in conflict. So the man is by far.
Look, it shouldn't have played if you do no different. CDC gave propaganda. This thing even you gave CDC.
No, it's not about CDC, Francis.
What is it?
It's about.
The
If
two
I ask this question
the two
about
parties are not done ain't good for the country. So why you bring where CDC stuff? What you giving that room for?
Listen, now, Francis, that's exactly. I'll just trying to push Linford on what he said. When they arrest, they both parties, nothing. So it's like we're going like back and forth. So Liberia going nowhere. That I don't know what you say, but this is number CDC, number United Party, but we're not going nowhere.
If you guys can remember, a few weeks back or a month or two ago, I made a particular statement on this show. I said the two-party system in Liberia is dangerous. Yeah. Number one, it makes the voters dull, very dull, D-U-L-L. I'm not saying D-O-G, so don't say it makes the voters dull. You know how it made them dull? Their minds are fixed only on two parties. So whether you bring Jesus Christ to form one new party today, you will say, we know that Jesus Christ are coming. We know our little Satan what we've been dealing with. You see it? I don't see CDC or Unity Party. And the disadvantage again to the voters in favor of the two parties is that, no, listen, we can do anything. The people will say, take us. So that's a disadvantage for the two parties, or for the voters. But it's in favor, it's an advantage for the two parties. So CDC can be there for 12 years, or United Party can be there for 12 years, and they do all the bad things. Then CDC can move them, and United Party say, "But yeah, even they move already, next time out, you think why CDC fighting to come back? Why you see all the citizens on Facebook? Because they know that United Party term is now. First of all, Unity Party, they took it from Unity Party. So this is Unity Party's time. And then from now, they will take it next. You see what happened? And what happened to the voters' mind? They become dull. They become insensitive to their own plight. They don't even know that they're suffering. Because in their mind, they'll say, but I've the two-party will know. So if it is not CDC, and when the voters become dull, they are afraid of defeat. You know what I mean? In my own family, my own brothers and sisters with their family, when I ask them in the election, the past election, who you voting for? They say, we have to vote for the old man because everybody say they will vote for him. We want to lose. You see, the voter become dull and stupid. I'm sorry to say this, but they become dull. That's why two-party system does to people. And it's the same thing in America, the great United States of America, that you can have a man that do not, you think John Kennedy, the people John F. Kennedy laid in a grave. All the great American presidents, Tennessee or Donald Trump, doing all kinds of things, they say, but what's wrong with our country? So two-party system, no matter how educated, now the voters in Liberia, they're not dull because they're not educated, but they are dull because the two-party system have made them to believe that, okay, we are the only people, no other party. So I'm calling it to change. No, let me tell you, You got to change your mind. All the two talking about change. Yeah, if you're living in one mad house and your mind doesn't tell you that the mad house you're living in is that good, build a house with concrete and zinc. Your mind will always your mind got to change before you change your surrounding. But our people not getting it. They don't get it. That's the point right there. So the two-party system is bad. It will make the voters dull. It will make the two parties to feel so emboldened that look, listen, we can get it anytime. You know, when I used to play pool, right? There are certain players are playing. I can bet half stake. I can bet $200 US on the stage. I know I'll beat it anytime. Okay, but certain player when I meet, I can't even bet $5. I know I'll not win. So you see, you gotta study the political game. These two parties, they will think that they are the only people, and the voters are the ones to decide. So you voters, you Liberian people, you don't change your mentality about two parties. Well, it's your business. Now you saw tier 1 to tier. He was there promoting CDC. So whatever the party does, you want to look at the plus for CDC. A United Party built 2 hospitals. Say no, at least CDC built 4. You see it? So the voters now, CDC was the best. So we'll not go for a Unity Party, but there are other parties that you can go for. There are other new people that are coming, and the old politicians that you keep recycling, they know you well. They know what you want, so they know your mind. But if you take a new man who got developmental mind, this man is coming to make his mark. Okay?
Right.
New people coming to make their mark. They're not coming to repeat the same thing what the old people doing. When I mean old people, I mean the old politicians who know you well. The same way you say you know the mayor, that's the way that mayor too knows you. But I'll leave it right there, Paul.
Yeah, but anyway, before Francis come in, the two parties in Liberia, they're not institutions that you say, oh, they party for the poor or the party
No
for
party
the
is
rich.
institution in Liberia in the first place.
Exactly. So we copy something and want to impose something on the people in Liberia, say, oh, America get two-party system, so we'll have the two-party system in Liberia. But the people in America, you get the liberals and then you get the conservative.
But actually, people always making mistake and say America got two-party system.
No, they're not. They get more, but those are the big parties. They're always rooting.
Yeah, okay. You see, you following the trend I was following.
Yeah,
because the voters have become dull. That if it is not the Democrat, it will be the Republican. Voters have become dull. You see, so they follow the two, and that's exactly what's happening in Liberia.
Yeah,
the people, they're not thinking. The two-party system is very dangerous because it can make the voters not to think. So they can only choose between two.
But you see, the reason why I stopped you before Francis coming on this program, we had a discussion here, and I said, why did we got rid of the two-way party, the one-party system? I asked that question, and I gave an example on a question. I said, you see,
I was the one against it.
Yes, I see. You see the Chinese, and you see the Russian, for example, the Soviet Union. They had a thing they call the Politburo. Within the Politburo, they have people from the youth. They all get into it, but then they pick the best to lead them. That one-party system, but within that one-party system, there were competition to get the best out of them. You see how, and you find out that those countries that will have that kind of system, they strive quicker than the so-called democracy that we don't understand. Look at the Chinese. The past 30 years, where was China? That one-party system, but Chinese now, they are now one of the world superpower. Now you come to our side, we practice something that we don't even understand. So every day you still have little children selling cool water because we're not driving. It's driving on nowhere.
I want to remind Paul about something.
Yeah,
Francis, you want to come in, but Paul, let me tell you.
No, Francis, can you remind me the reason why I said that?
Francis will speak about. Maybe Francis
go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, I lean for.
Yeah, you see, when you talk about the system in Russia, for example, where I wouldn't want to say one party system, but then they got this set up where they got something
I
called
said the
Politburo.
USSR. That
Arrow.
was where they had the
Okay,
Politburo.
yeah, where they got
The
the
former
Politburo.
US. Yes,
Then
exactly.
you got the same thing in China right now, and China is a communist country. But you know the danger in that? No, the people, the
What's the
Chinese people, they
danger?
understand this. You think why they got Chinese people against the system? Now, we got democracy, something we call democracy that we're suffering with. At least where everybody got to, express, everybody got a free way to do different things, but we're suffering with it. So you go bring something I think called Politburo or set up that will include
No. I'm not saying that we should have. I just gave an example.
I just, you are not saying,
go on.
Masa, you are not saying it, but Masa, I just look at the Basa or what he's trying to say for Africa.
Go on.
Yeah, for Africa. So let's say Africa say, okay, or Liberia say, okay, we having this system where we got this, they got big government system, but we'll we'll open it up to the brightest. But we're not going to be having election, or we're not going to be having multi-party democracy where all the parties will come to for election. So we have this group. It will have inside that group get a Politburo that will comprise of layers of leadership based on your qualification. My friend, okay, let's just be hypothetical that it happens under the CDC government or the Unity Party government, and the Unity Party government set up that structure. You know what will happen? Only one group of people. Now we got an opportunity to remove any group that will feel that is not doing it well through the democratic system. We're not doing it. So what do you think you go bring that kind of thing, my friend?
So the reason why I'm saying this, you have my good friend Tai Wongwe wrote a few days. We don't need law, the legislature, because it's a rubber stamp. What the president wants, the president gets, because there is no check and balance in our current system that we practice. Our current system, what the president wants is what the president gets. The president violates all the laws. So you see the system. So where is that check and balance? The check and balance of this system that we're talking about, it's not there.
But
then
if you go back to the system that is foul-proof.
Well, hold on, Francis, you caught me. If you go back to the two-way party that we all referenced it, they kept the people down. But do you know within that two-way party, between them, although they excluded the digital, which was wrong, but within, listen now, within the two, there were competing factors within there to be what? So I just gave him the premise.
But to benefit who? To benefit the citizens or to benefit themselves? Well, why would they compete?
So the two-way party, under the two-way party, today we can still make reference to them that back then Liberia was this, Liberia was that, and that is the reference.
You also got to know the time that we're living in. At that time, there was no cell phone, there was nothing.
Let me just say something.
But we're still making reference.
Come on. I mean, when people make a revisionary kind of a comparison, as the transition in time, to look, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't.
It's very important.
It doesn't hold logic, or it doesn't hold water for me, because look, during those times, things were done according to those times.
Yes.
We are 20, 40 years ahead, and we are doing things in our time. The unfortunate thing is that we do not have the people who will govern, who will lead us, the country, lead us, so the people to prosperity. There's no system that is foul-proof. What we have here is that, look, if we don't have a legislator, we have a councilman, they will still do what the president wants. So the thing is that the fundamental problem is the president having the political will to make hard decisions, punish his subordinates, chastise his closest friends. So that will make these countries great. The Singapore, we talk about every time. You think if the Singapore president or the leaders who they have at the time or currently we just sit down and Paul, my friend, he can do anything. There's no accountability. No. The fundamental problem that we have as a country is the leadership. The president, we have given the president so much power, and once the president can now wield that power sufficiently to the benefit of the people. Look, we'll still be in our same vision cycle of having presidents, having leaders who do not care, who cannot support, just task the subordinate.
And
that's the problem we have. We got good laws. We got the legislators should be there.
And
but
that's what I said from the start, long time ago, that we should work on our minds first.
Yeah, exactly. You spoke about that. Let me just come in there. Look, we can say all we want to say about the people being brainwashed about two parties. Look, the alternative has to start working more. Medini, the social democrat in America, that guy, he went against one. He had two strong competitors. That was challenge, and he stood up. So what the people need to do is that, look, all the 250 political parties we need to have, if these guys in opposition can forge a common strength to say, hey, we this time go to election like 3 against 2, or whatever it is, in the CDC there, the Unity Party there, and we have the ANC, the CMC breaking, wherever they come, they go against these people. You will see fundamental difference. Another problem is that our voters do not turn out. We have 6 million, 5 million people. You have election result, only 2 million people vote, 3 million people vote. The problem, our country problem is our own problem.
Yeah. So after 100 and what 70 what now or 78 then. But yeah. Friends, and we move with time, and people can look at things. So we been in the system, because if you're working in a business environment, that business not thriving, people find ways for the business to improve, to make money. If this system is ugly for us, before we adapted a workforce system, isn't it that if you look at Liberia, from all the traditional setting, the people in the village practice democracy better than the system that we adopted. It's about time that we sit down and say, hey, let Liberia develop its own system.
So what system will you propose?
Well, we got a tomato system that if they put in the village, they took decision, they were elected some kind of way. Why can't we bring it and build on it?
Who's going to be at the top?
Tomato was the chief. That system not. Let me get that tomato system. You are the only chief. You are eating all the food. You are along all the women. And system going to bring you again. So we have one president.
But first,
will have everything for himself.
Where's another system that
the best system is this system?
Okay, guys, let me work on
in Norway, Sweden, Denmark. These systems are very good. Right?
Let me work on one of our viewers who has not been here for a very long time, Twan Gray. Welcome from Sweden. We've been missing you. Welcome back.
Who's that?
Twan Gray. I'll not tell you the real name.
Okay.
So first of all, and you said the system in Sweden, and you get a monarch in Sweden, they come to the tomato thing I'm talking about.
No, but the monarch, you live in a kingdom, Paul. Don't worry, you know it here. You live in a kingdom. The king does not run a country. The king is only there to give.
But
final advice.
Exactly. If you want to take it, they take it. They want to take it, they take it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the danger about this thing is, Paul, I'll still look at it. I'll look at the good side of it, but I'll still look at the bad side. Now, listen, you're talking about the indigenous system. Yes, I come from a typical indigenous setting, right? We got our quarter, the time we got 4 quarters, we got the quarter chief. It's only starts in the quarter before you go to the town chief, we go to the quarter chief first. Or maybe one error in the quarter, we discuss it. He will go to the quarter chief, he will go to the town chief. Town chief now will send it to the, to the other people until they reach the clan level or maybe the district level.
See, go on, AC.
It's a launching. It's a launching of command. But the question here is, who will be at that top? The level of the president of the entire country. So that's where it all boils down. And Francis touched a very important thing, which I also highlighted earlier on. It has to do with our mindset of governing. You see, we can bring all the Google people, all the Google ideas on the table. If the minds of the people are not set to that, my friend, our effort will be in vain. How long does it take, Paul? Amen. These people, how long have they been suffering? Okay, you talk about it, you keep highlighting the true party time. At that time, that was then. But right now, at least we can say we're enjoying. Like, bro, or better. I used to come and fasting to school, I can buy fasting color or fasting cornbread. Okay? Now, that was it at that time. But now things have changed. Even the great United States, where everything derived from. The people are saying things are not easy. So we have evolved. Societies have evolved around the world. So things are not the same. But the thing here is, for our setting in Liberia, our people got to change their mind. They got to think. So how long the people been suffering? They suffer in the same two-party here, from Ellen Johnson Town all the way until now. Unity Party, CDC. Then to hear in this 2026, you still hear people talking about CDC, and even some people promising 2029 for Unity Party. So these people the voters themselves don't know what they want. This is what I said. The two-party system makes them dull. So look,
right.
Look, you come on, 2029. What kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, can you imagine? They in 2026, they're suffering. Then they talk about 2029. What kind of people are they? They have become dull because of the two-party system. They feel that if it is not CDC for us, it will be Unity Party for us. When you have alternatives all over the place, Musa Beriti is there, Mr. Komi is there, all the other parties. Why can't try these people? What makes you think that only CDC and Unity Party people can bring the development that you need or the thing that you need? You see, so the voters become dull.
The two parties the other political party, they're too civilized, the two politically correct. And they'll going around talking all the Tabata, the CDC, and the Unity Party people talking, don't vote them. But you won't be civilized, you won't be politically correct without CDC and Unity Party go and talk Tabata all day around.
Yeah, but then the citizens should know that all the Tabata people been talking about voting for them. Why can't we get the voters? I'm talking directly to voters. This thing here that your interest we're talking about. No, let me tell you, you are the one that can make a decision. There's no president. Nobody was born as president like Liberia.
So
nobody was born as lawmaker. You are the one who can be president. You are the one who can be lawmaker. So these people been suffering you. Say, no, listen. We need time for it. You can talk all the good things. We're going to try new people. Simple.
You know what can change the government in Liberia? You know what can get things straight in Liberia? We have a very group they call the Fourth Estate, the most useless estate, the Fourth Estate. The power of the microphone that can save people to educate them. One man can sit down. And you heard about this guy in America, they call Rush Perot, who used to talk a lot for the Republican. I think he passed. Behind that mark, we have the Fourth Estate that can actually educate the people, because these two parties that were mentioned, they will not educate the people to get the thinking. But those behind the microphone can do a different. I gave example in recent time. Stanton Waterspoon, from the power of his voice behind microphone in Liberia, swayed a lot of people towards Joseph Boyka.
So why would you say that they're not waiting?
Listen now, you talk about the people, they thinking. So the useless Fourth Estate, we're supposed to get the people to think logically. That's my saying. I know you're part of the Fourth Estate, so don't take of it, because this is the Fourth Estate that is useless in Liberia. They are Tapata Fourth Estate. I see them. That's why they follow Yelke Koruba all day and asking stupid questions. The time they take to supposed to educate the people. Look, if you voted somebody, this is where you want get all of this person. But the fourth estate is not good. That's what they're there for. If you look at the role of the fourth estate to challenge the institution that is not good, to elect in the minds of the people, but they refuse. So this is what, so I'm saying, to be in a radical sense, let Liberia form its own system.
Okay, but I think Francis will come, but let me just say this. You see, you want to, yeah, I agree. You want, I know where you're coming from. You want this fourth estate to be at the forefront of the battle. But again, ask yourself, you want to shower the doffer, but the doffer, water can hold the fellow. He wastes the water there, waste. Eh? You waste the water on the doffer, we just like you water on it, say looking dry. You want I'm giving parable. These people that the fourth estate, what you must say they will talk. Right after the video, some people can watch it. The next comment you see there, they will be cursing you. They not listen to what you're saying, they will start cursing you because you're not talking for the party. See, so what we're trying to say, the whole thing rests, my friend. You can connect all the microphone all over your body, be walking, be talking everywhere in Liberia. If the people mind that change, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. So these people, the voters, you are the ones suffering. Me, I keep saying, I keep focusing on the voter. You are the ones suffering. Okay, we're all suffering, but you at least you're suffering. Me, I can find water to drink something. But you by suffering, you can't find water. You gotta show the cup under the rainwater. When raining, before you drink. When no rainwater, you can't drink. So think, these two parties, what have they done? From one to another. So the two parties, they feel that you get one woman, the woman here, you beating her, you drink everything to her. So the woman, she can't find no other man. She said, but what I would do now? I would just be inside because they may, I wanted to tell you one story. I will not tell you.
Please don't tell us.
Yeah, I will not tell you. See, so if you in a bad relationship and you suffering, then you make yourself to fit inside. You say, well, I ain't got no choice. I'll just be there. Yeah, I'll just be in a at least, and then be there. That the kind of people Liberian people are. They have suffered so much from bad administration, bad governance, that they just got used to it and they say, well, what we'll do now? Let them come. Let's see this can. And when they do that, when they go, you're not supposed to be there that you voters. You are the one got the final gavel. Let me tell you, you go to that booth, you take your pen. Nobody, no security man get gone to your hair. Cross them off. 4 different people, new people, at least so you can see what the new people can offer. Because the old people know you, they know what you want, they know who you are. The same way you know them, that's when
they know what you want to hear too.
So
yeah.
So Francis, you know what? This is quite interesting. Yes. And I want to, if you guys can permit me, I'll play something here. This is about 46-minute clip just before the election. This 46 seconds.
That is if minutes.
Yeah, 46 seconds play. Just listen to this. Before the election, the sweet talk to our people. Listen to this.
Fellow Liberians, you have complained over the last couple of years about your children's education, the lack of health facilities, good drinking water. This is the time that you take a decision to go and register. Register your children who are of age, register your wards, because this is decision making. I am Rescue 1, Joseph Numa Borkai. I just obtained my card and I want to encourage you to do the same. Thank you.
You know why I play that thing? Because you're talking about the exact word that he learned of. The opportunity I've given to him for those very people in the first 2 years of the leadership that given to him. What a change. That's what I said. The fourth estate, the one supposed to educate our people, the reason why people vote. Our people don't know. They don't teach service anymore in schools. The fourth estate have the role to educate the people, say, if you're voting for the person, these are the benefit of you voting for the person. Don't allow people to truck you. The fourth estate have that power to educate our people. They have it. They can do it.
Okay,
But now
I
the
agree.
fourth estate now is
I agree.
okay.
But let me make a point. And I know Francis is digging or something. I can see him. But let me make a point here. You see, you keep when you keep bringing the fourth estate. No, the fourth estate. People who believe in something called God. No, nobody has to tell me that if I go, I catch my friend, he might be and call it through a bar. Nobody need to tell me that. I know it's bad. So there's no that. So you no fourth estate. It can even be the late or what they got water Cronkai from America the Greatest. That will come to tell me that I can suffer when I vote the party. The party will not do me good. You need to tell me the voters should know they have been voting over and over. This is why I keep focusing on the voters. You are the one who make a decision. You put these people in power, they don't do good for you. So you need one Robin White who can tell you. You need one Linford God who can sit down and tell you, my man, you harder. Everybody can feel harder, partisan, non-partisan. So you do need any Robin White from BBC to can tell you, say, my man, do for the people. You should know. Yes, the media can do that role, they can play that role, but remember also that the media can also play the role for the bad parties. You see? So
I agree with you on that one. The media can play a very bad, but the media also, me and you saying here, the people we are thinking. Yeah, man.
But the way we're talking, that some people listen to us and change their mind. But the point here is their willingness, is their own will. Amen. Paul, let me tell you, I keep saying this. You can wear all the microphone and wear Moria, and then they think what they bought again, buy your scratch car or whatever, and make all the noise in Moria every day.
Microphone,
that gramophone, I don't know why I call it. See, so the people themselves, these people can feel, these people can see, they can hear, they know, they can be hungry. So do you need one media man to can't tell you you're hungry today? No. When you're hungry, you know you're hungry. When you're sick, no hospital, you know. So do you need me to sit down behind the microphone and say, John Brown, today you're hungry?
Here's the thing here. Look,
friends come in.
The mainstream media houses in Liberia, they are all compromised.
Thank you, Francis.
You tell your page, they all compromised. They may be pretending that the neutral, the transparent. But look, I know I'm a religious. I'm in religion. I follow the radio stations in Liberia, all lamp, streaming stations religiously. From the Kiss America himself, the OKFM, to the Voices of Liberia, to Spoon, wherever, to T-Max. T-Max didn't want to be balanced. Look, but the few objective stations, they do have listeners, bro. The stations that we lie, that we make things up, have us the stories that they attract the audience.
Okay, let me. So how does the media become compromised in that? That's what I said. It is the people
driven. That's compromised because they poor. They didn't get money,
so they pay them.
They eat somebody's pocket.
They pay on their pockets. What are you talking about? all your BB newspaper there. Let me tell you something. Some of your BB newspaper they're talking about, but you're always referencing here. And your new newspaper, if you get that money, how many times did he get money from Eddie? How many times? And he get money. The
story got to go.
I'm not giving them money again.
The story got to go. The story got to go.
The newspaper about the institutions in Liberia. Other than that, only the people compromise. They all sided. Political. That the CNN, the Fox, they just like that. Now they got the trade, the following.
You see, this is what I'm saying because
I will not disclose our media secret to you guys here because let me tell you, we're in a very precarious situation. You don't know what journalists go through. You will go as a journalist. You go to cover the story. You see the facts in the story. Mm-hmm. You come when you report that fight. People say, "Oh, the man is against the system," and if you try to, because let me tell you, we got borders too. There are certain stories that you don't carry because you might endanger the state and all these things. We got the same way like military people, they got that limit. But when we do it, they say, "Oh, the people are compromised." Imagine the situation in Lofa. Okay, if I went to the Lofa and saw all the Guinean soldiers sitting there with a BB gun, you think I'll put camera on there and can show it in Liberia and say, "Oh, the people not take." Oh, no, you gotta be. Yeah, I will report a story, but I got to also look at national security interest. So most time they blame us. They say, "Oh, the people are compromised." Yes, some of all can be compromised. I will here when I was reporting. I could go somewhere where the story is different. But when I can fix it to make real story that the people want to hear. Okay? And it didn't mean that I was compromised, but
what are you talking about here?
I'm telling you.
You want get a new definition, a couple of miles? You just told us you take your story.
Yeah.
No, you now understand. Yeah, maybe I said it the other way. But what I'm saying is you go somewhere, you see the danger.
Mm-hmm.
That I was reporting actively during the wartime. You go there and there's certain thing you see that you
after the war. Don't forget it. After the wartime, you have guns behind your head, but then you're in the Morovia.
Yeah, no more. When I came to Morovia, I had very diplomatic assignment. I assigned at the mansion, and beside that, I had administrative position at the radio station. Yeah. So I'm not on the field again.
And why y'all talking? But you are news editor.
At that time, when my boss brought the story, being a former reporter, I can look at the story, I smell something on the story. And we have something in the newsroom, right? So, like a cross, when we put your story on the cross, we crucify your story. That means that story not correct. We crucify the story, it died. but you see, I mean, on the general level, to be a journalist in a country like Liberia is very difficult. Number one, poverty. Number two, let me give you a quick story. There was this guy. The guy he died to me, I think April said called Madison, something like Madison Way or something.
Madison Way, yeah.
Yeah, the guy used to be very against Taylor. So he had called he was working at the finance ministry. So he had called something at a press conference, and my late friend Bobby, what name? Yeah. Bobby called me to the station and said, "My man, leave for can't quit," because Bobby was a PRO. He said, "Can't quit, my man. Even if you credit money, take taxi." I told Tessie, I can see my man. The guy at the finance ministry, my man. The guy wasted today, but the guy want to give something quick. So when the guy know me, but he want to talk against Taylor, right? So when he was actually in a back office with one girl, and later on he came outside. We were waiting for his king. So, sorry man, I wasted your time. But guys, no, blah 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 blah. He said, but I dare Taylor man, today everything I say, I must say, you might not waste time. That damn man there, blah blah blah. So if me talking, then time for the interview now, then my man Bobby had to introduce all the journalists. He said, "Oh, this is Susan Poison from the newspaper. They want to deal with what? This is Linford going from Case of it." The man got from behind. He said, "Oh, my man." So in a kind of case here, so if you are the reporter, what you do? The man, he already just my name and he know where I come from, and he against my man. So he made friend with me. Okay. So what do you think I'll do? So you see,
So at that point, you are compromised.
no, I will not compromise. I have to be him. Yeah, I
Okay.
have to be him. So this guy, and in fact, the whole press conference, I think it changed the way he wanted to do it. So you gotta put yourself in a position. No, sometimes we face a lot of things on the field. You guys will know. You see it.
But okay,
So,
Linford,
yeah.
that's the fee, yeah. You see, one of the radio station that widely follow in Liberia, I think it's OKFM, right? For example, if a lot of people listen to OKFM.
Yeah. Okay.
So Judas, Jail, or Clarence, if one of them decide, say, okay, our people have gone through this, and we always say the society is gullible. We always say that our people gone through the ball. Let's do all or lay program here, say voter education program on that particular station.
Yeah.
It will help. You see, because the understanding of what we're talking about, a lot of people don't know. They don't understand it. Now, the children can go and influence their mom and dad at home. Mom are supporting we are. So Muya, I will encourage mama who don't know ABC to follow me. So, but if you have people like those programs that they educating people every now and then, maybe every Friday or every so, keep telling people what are the things they should watch out for and why should they vote, and to encourage the politician to have debate so people can hold them responsible. On the past 20 years, they elect people that don't even talk to the nation.
Yeah, again, I'll come back to the voters because the voters are not holding these people feet to the fire and say, "No, you, Mr. Presidential candidate, come here and tell us." You see, the guy is they always getting easy ride. No,
yeah. So no, let me conclude. This is where the fourth estate become very powerful. They can force the politician to have the debate. That's what they're there for. It will not be the person who come, but they have that power. To make noise, yeah, that's the fourth estate.
I mean, it has to be part of the electoral guidelines. Election Commission has to put it there. Journalists,
so friends, the way me and you said it now here, we start causing noise at fourth estate behind those people. They will not put it there. You see the power? That's what I'm saying. You have to force these people at some point.
Yeah, but Paul, again, because every time when you say it and I thought it will be that I'm defending my profession. No, the thing is, we are just mouthpiece. If you want to have press conference today, will I tell you what to say? No, you call me, you call the media, you say I want to have press conference. We listen to what you say, we go and say it. We are not the one to propose to you. The citizens.
No, that one is different. The radio station can have a program. That one is different. You not go on a fee. The guy can sit down behind a mic and have a program. And question the very institution called NEC. The guy can do it.
I understand. I understand. But anyway, I think that would be another debate, and maybe I should have one of my journalist friends here. So
absolutely,
yeah. So we can discuss this thing because you see. The media, I keep telling you that we are in a precarious situation. The election laws, they got a gala.
I call Daniel Sano. I know Daniel Sano media.
But Daniel Sano promised to come on the program. He says
I
can arrange it. I got Moses Sandy. I got.
Moses Sunday, man, the PUL.
Because that mean I'm a executive. We were all executive national reporter. So
the president, you are former president of Aja now, I know.
Yeah. So, but I think I will arrange that's maybe next week, or I wouldn't promise, but I will arrange, and then we'll have one channel this year, so we can discuss this thing because when I say it, maybe a little bit different. But we can do what you're talking about, Paul. But it should be pushed by the election commissioner or by the
Rahim not journalist too?
Huh?
Rahim.
Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah, Linfa, before we close, let play a few demos here regarding Francis program that's starting soon, and he can talk to us about it.
Welcome to Your Story, hosted by Francis Monomensa. Join us each episode as we dive deep into the lives of inspiring guests, exploring the challenges and successes that have shaped their journeys. Discover their unique experiences, insights, and the powerful stories that define them. Tune in and be inspired. Coming soon on the Bottomline Liberia.
Well, that's coming up pretty soon. But Francis, when is this show? When will you come on?
I want to do the premiere, the debut on the first Saturday in this month. It should be appearing next
this
week.
month, or you talking about May?
In May.
Okay, so that's going to be
the next week Saturday or so, or if it's not possible, it'll be the Saturday after this, because I want, that's the, I will talk with the production team behind the scenes and see how we can work it out.
Okay, and the reason I was asking is we need to talk to you on the show, on the Bottomline, because if you're coming on Saturday, which will be the 2nd of May, so the first edition of this program will be on Saturday, the 2nd of May. So we'll have the Bottomline Library on Friday. So you could tell us to attract more, listeners, because it's the caption, man, your story. I will even want to appear on the show to tell you my story. I got my story. You can even able to handle my story. I got plenty of story. I think Paul as well. Paul went all the way to Russia. Can you imagine he popped into Russia? So Paul will tell you a bunch of story. But I think for our listeners and our viewers, this is going to be a very interesting program. Just the title alone can tell you your story. You know how it feels that I will come and tell you my own story from my own mouth. It's very interesting for me. That's why I like to hear. So I think this program will be premiering, and Francis will have to tell us when he will be starting. So, and Paul is going to be coming on Sunday with the
audience of the Lord Children.
Yeah, with the audience, and you can be in that audience. An audience, a group of people that are sitting and watching, or a group of people sitting and watching, or listening, or participating. So you can be part of the audience. You can also participate. And I want to apologize, Paul, that I have not been on the audience because my schedule. But I'll try to get on the audience one day and sit and listen to what you say, or maybe participate as well. So, like I said, we try to keep the Bottomline Library busy. For now, we're coming on 2 days a week, 2-3 days a week, which is Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And when Francis comes, it's going to be Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we got plans that will increase the volume. But it's good.
I just want to outline what will be happening on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that will follow us on Sunday. The forgotten story about the border issue, we will be looking at it in more depth about why is it the Liberian government is chasing journalists not to report from the border area. What is going on? What are they hiding? So if you talk about the border, it becomes taboo. But hey, the invasion. The Guinea invaded our border since the 2nd of March. So we'll be looking at that
and if our privilege, if our privilege to be on the show, one of the questions that I will ask is, suspend or expel Onyeka Koluwa. Does that solve the border issue?
That's what we'll be diving into on Sunday. Amara Corner wrote, and I will be looking at what Amara Corner said.
And
So
who is the real enemy? Is it Yeke or the guys at the border?
That's the question. So that's the question we'll be looking at on Sunday.
It's going to be powerful. So Johnny Bottomline Liberia with Paul on the audience.
We'll be discussing. So in the newspaper today, Front Page Africa carried this today. Mission accomplished. Do you know what the mission accomplished? Removing Yeka Koluba. That's why they were called back.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking at a mission accomplished. And
because they outlined 3 reasons why they call the group back, right? Number 1, the supplementary budget. Number 2, the printing of the money. And the number 3, other important matters.
So you see, the important matter we'll be looking at it on Sunday. Yeke become the very important matter that they call them back. But this very lawmaker was due back in 2 weeks. So we'll be looking at why they rush. Why waste? We'll be looking at a wasteful spending on Sunday. So $6 million for calling those people back to remove Yeke.
I mean, when people talking about money in a country like Liberia, talking about 6 million, you know what that money can do?
Yeah, $6 million to remove Yeke. Then you're going to look for $1.2 million to have a by-election. What is sense in it? Yeke could have given some little punishment, but not spending $6 million. We'll be looking at that on Sunday. That $6 million, what $6 million could have done for the University of Liberia, for JFK. And that 1.2 million they're looking for by-election, it could buy a lot of armchair for children that are sitting on the floor. So we'll be looking at that on Sunday. This is
let me work on one of our viewers, Jackie. That's Jackie, welcome, and we hope you will always be with us here. And she made a salient point. The voters like the way things are. Some of them are hoping to do the same thing they are seeing today when and if they get there. Yeah, you're right. You know, some of them they're waiting. They say, hey, I just waiting for my own opportunity. But, you know, of course, all of them cannot have that opportunity. But the question is, what you see today happening to you? Why would you hope that the same thing will happen to you in 2029? And that's why when I see people running around, oh, want the CDC to come back 2029. Oh, no, United Party is going 12 years. I mean, this is, for me, this is unrealistic and unthinkable for a group of people in 2026. Hey, man, look, listen, Paul, we've come a long way, but we got to close the show. Yeah. So, guys, we want to say thank you very much for joining us. And Jackie, we hope you will join us next week. And check it out, Chilbert Brown. Yes, so the stories are many and and varied. So, friends, you have a lot of work to do. To all the story there, someone come with our story, now you run away. Someone we enter the air, we enter Europe. The air force. But
some people cross Kino, yeah.
I know, right? On a serious note, we want to say thank you very much for joining us. This is the Bottomline Liberia Discussions. My name is Linford Goa, along with Paul Chirupe and Francis Mensah. And we're going to be back here next Tuesday. But in the meantime, Paul is here on Sunday, and we expect Francis to be here maybe next Saturday. Stay with us. We're going to be leaving you this way. I don't know. Paul, you got anything to take us home, or should I play this one?
Clappy ENT, baby. Kicking it out. To my baby. Rocking it out. We get swagger, we get dresser, we get Scooby-Doo. We get Casabonne like Jackie Foam. We get Palopo, we get Slick when we get BBQ. If you say you grown up, I say I grown up too. For anything like open while I flag and die inside. So Jebby there, you Jebby talking plenty. If you feel you're not enough, then you want for the carpet.